These easy shredded tofu wraps with a vibrant fresh salad and a tahini dressing will be a total crowd pleaser. So the inspiration behind today's recipe is a Turkish-style kebab. Now we're replacing the shaved meat with some shredded tofu that I've done on the website before, but I'm using different herbs and spices today. And if you don't normally like tofu, I'm convinced that you will love this one, so give it a try and let me know what you think. Let's get cooking. First, we need to preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit, then line a baking sheet with parchment paper and set that aside. Using a peeler, peel strips of tofu into a bowl. I peel strips of all different sizes just to keep the textures a little bit more interesting. And now we'll move on to the spice mix. So I have coriander, oregano, black pepper, cumin, cinnamon, there's also salt, onion powder, smoked paprika, and garlic powder. Add it to a small bowl and add 3 tablespoons of neutral oil, giving it a good mix, and pour it over the shredded tofu. So I'm actually going to get my hands in there because I find that that's the easiest way to make sure that I'm not breaking up too much of the tofu and to coat every single piece of it as well. Transfer to the baking sheet and spread out evenly. Place it in the oven for 30 minutes and toss it at about 20 minutes to ensure the tofu bakes evenly. So while the tofu bakes, we're going to make a quick salad and a tahini dressing to go in the wrap. To a jar, add 6 tablespoons of whole tahini. The type you use will impact how runny or thick your dressing is, so you probably need to adjust the water as you use it. 1.5 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of cumin powder, and at least 4 tablespoons of cold water. Seal the jar and give it a good shake. You can hear it thickening up. So the consistency will be different depending on the tahini that you use, but we want it to just be pourable. So I've put in the 4 tablespoons and I think that's enough. Now let's prepare the salad. So we're chopping up about 60 grams of cos lettuce, which is also known as romaine lettuce. Trim off any of the ribs, those white hard parts, if you don't want them in your salad, and transfer it to a bowl. Now we need to chop up a large tomato with seeds and the pulp. The moisture will help the salad to stay hydrated. Next is half a small red onion, chopping it finely and also adding that to the bowl. And now for the herbs. We've got flat leaf parsley, a large handful of it, which is about half a cup once you've chopped it. Tear off around 20 leaves of mint and roll them up into a little ball. I find this is the easiest way to chop them and get them nice and fine. Add both the herbs to the bowl and sprinkle some sumac on top. This is totally optional, but I really love the citrus flavour that comes through in the salad. Give it a good toss and it's ready. Once the tofu is done, turn the oven off and place the flatbreads on a flat tray in the oven to warm up for a couple of minutes so that they're nice and pliable. Now it's time to assemble the wraps with all of our components. You can also add tzatziki if you like. I've linked the recipe to that as well. Place the shredded tofu in the middle of the wrap, followed by some salad and drizzle with a generous amount of tahini dressing, which is how I like it. Fold in the sides and enjoy it straight away. And until next time, happy cooking.